Let's talk a little football.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Press Box. I'm so glad you're with us. I am here with Randy Young, Michael Best, Jim Rayburn, the three wise sages of South Georgia.
Did you say wide? Or
Wise.
Wide.
Yeah.
He said wide. He was looking at you when he said wide.
I said wise.
Woo!
But anyway.
Sounded like wide. Why do I drive over
You
here?
jumped into that auto mix, clearly.
I know. Good. It's great. Yeah, you gotta leave that auto
I
mix
gotta
alone.
leave it alone, I guess.
So, well, let's get into mixes, and Cairo mixed it up with the Hornets, so the Cook High Hornets, and won 27-10. You know, this just in, you've got a good football player over there, but let's talk about the team. Great victory here.
Yeah, pretty tight game to start. Pretty good defensive battle. Both teams, they got down and kicked a field goal, led 3-0. They held Brian. He had 16 yards on about 5 carries. And just couldn't get anything going. He's getting a little frustrated. The coach just kept telling him, be patient.
Only averaging 4 yards a carry,
Yeah,
so I mean, heaven forbid.
So he just really wasn't getting a whole lot going. And
Lack of confidence, right?
No doubt. That's the key word. And so he, finally in the second half, he broke his longest run, 77 yards for a touchdown, put us up 7-3 going into the half. And second half, we both had a lot of players going both ways. It was kind of weird because both teams kind of mirrored each other as far as, size and number, classes. At one point, we realized on defense we had 6 sophomores and 4 juniors and 1 senior out there on defense. So, again, just trying to – the secondary is still, we got a lot of work to do. We're working. But they had a quarterback that's they had a really good quarterback last year who graduated. This guy is on point now. He's a great scrambler. It's hard to hem him up, and he looked like Brock Vandegrift out there running around trying to catch him.
That's not good.
And he completed several passes on us, and but we got another long run out of Brian. Got one from Zaquavian Teal, punched one in, and so anyway we kind of got a lead, and you could tell we were out physical on them in the second half. They were getting a little tired. I think that made the difference. Some really strange things happened in the game.
Not a Cairo game.
Imagine, but
Okay.
it
wasn't Halloween, but it was Friday the 13th.
I know. And I don't know if y'all know, they have one of the top-rated punters in the country.
Okay.
He's a 5-star. That joker could boom it. And he hung one up, and Brian tried to catch it at about the 5-yard line, and he mishandled it, fumbled it, and they fell on it at the 5-yard line. And we're thinking, there's a gift. First play, they fumble it. We get it back, and we take it down and go score. Yeah. So there's that. Well, then later on, they get down close. We stop them on 4th and 6, and they decide to line up for a field goal. So they come in, line it up, and we jump off sides. So now it's 4th and 1. They call timeout, talk it over, decide to put the offense back in. They line up, they jump off sides. It goes back to 4th and 6, and they miss the field goal. Yeah. So it was just kind of one of those, some weird things going on. But it was Brian had a big night. He had 224 yards on 12 carries, 3 touchdowns. And this week, Max Preps, he is the #1 rushing leader in sophomores in the nation. He is number 4 among all classification, all grade levels in Georgia.
Nationally or Georgia? Okay.
In Georgia, and then he's number 34 overall in the nation of all running backs. Cool. He's got it going on.
I'm glad we contributed to something.
Yeah, us too.
But he's
and he's not just doing that against bad teams. He's racked it up against some
He's
some
a
good
talented
teams.
young man. He plays a little bit. We don't play him as much on defense, but he goes in on situations where you need a really good athlete back there to make a play. And so he even caught a couple of passes this week too. So, but get the win, and that was a big win for us because
now
our last road game didn't turn out too good. So this was a good road game to get a win. Now we get a week off.
Open, and then Bainbridge.
We got Bainbridge, which is the third of the 3 rivals.
So you got 2 weeks off in a row.
Yeah, we got we got 2 weeks off in a row. Wait, what?
Bainbridge.
We got
goodness.
no.
Oh, man.
If you don't think
He's trying to
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Bainbridge has circled us. You know, if they don't win another game, they've already figured out if we can beat Cairo, season done.
This team, Bainbridge team can't circle. So
I don't know. This is going. They always get up for.
It's going to be a close game.
No doubt. We're not taking this lightly in any way.
I'll take money. I'll put money on it. Won't be
7 years in a row they've beat us, and they will be up for this game. Bainbridge does not like Cairo in any form or fashion in any sport, and they get up for us. If they played us in tiddlywinks on 84, they'd want to kill us. So.
Are they having their pep rally and everything?
I'm sure they're having the sip and sop down on the on the square.
So, what is this coaching staff telling your players? You know, Bainbridge is struggling, no doubt about it. I think they're going to play good against Cairo. But what are you telling? What are you telling those players?
They're telling them just what I said. They'll be up for Cairo.
Yeah.
They get up for Cairo in every single sport. It is a passion of theirs to beat us in everything. The story I love to tell is we were playing in girls tennis against them for the region championship. Now our girls, you know, they probably knew they're playing Bainbridge, but I see on Facebook they've taken the Bainbridge girls tennis team out to the Waffle House. We get pancakes and syrup to get ready to whoop those syrup makers in the region girls tennis championship. Yeah, I mean, they want to beat us in every single thing.
Girls tennis is big in Bainbridge. I mean, clearly.
Well, it is, apparently. I mean, one act play came down to us and them, and there was almost a big tussle at the end.
Take them to the Waffle House.
You gotta watch some theater kids, man. They'll fight it.
Trust me on that.
It almost got a little contentious there, but I'm telling you, they will be up for us, and we have got to play no fooling. We got to play our best against them. This is the game they've marked on the calendar.
All right. Well, they were not up for Thomas County Central. Thomas County Central rolls 63-7 over Bainbridge. So
there you go.
Central needed a confidence builder. They won a state title and 20 games in a row.
We got some. I mean, we took some steps in the right direction for sure.
I even saw the little shot at Michael on your Facebook post, Randy, about
I saw
some people.
It.
Did you see that? About
smirk. What was it?
Smirk if you want to.
Smirk, I laugh.
Just flat out laugh.
Flat out laugh. I saw that.
Held nothing back.
And I said, look at my guy getting me right there. That's okay.
Well, it wasn't just you.
Well, there's a few others.
But anyway.
But Central has good problems, right?
Yeah.
I will take that. But anyway, good win to go in and take care of business.
Yeah, I mean,
all kidding aside.
No kidding. They look good. Central ended up record-setting night. We scored 56 points in one half, set a scoring record for points in a half, and had a running clock in the third and the fourth quarters. They shortened them to 10 minutes each, and we ended up the half stats were 418 to -6. And the thing about Bainbridge, and I will say this, there's athletes, when you look at them, they look like a Bainbridge team. Yeah. I mean, solid line of scrimmage.
Good quarterback.
Very athletic quarterback, but they just don't have a playmaker right now. And you can tell that the confidence is not there on either side.
No buoys.
No buoys.
Yeah.
Like you guys, if y'all don't have teals now, I don't know what's going on in Cairo, but anyway, Central played really, really well, and they kind of sold out to stop the run, so we decided to throw the ball. Jalen had his best night of the year, over 300 yards passing, and our most valuable player for the night was a freshman, Gary Pringle, who had 2 long touchdown passes. Gary was injured the first part of the season, didn't play much against Thomasville, didn't play at all against Cairo, and that's the first freshman to win our MVP during a game since Adam Choice. So that's pretty high cotton to be walking.
He was pretty good.
He ended up being okay. So now we get to have an open week, heal up and plan and get ready for Clash of the Titans 1, heading up to Leesburg for, it'll be the biggest game in the state. I mean, they're ranked 3rd or 4th, depending on what poll you're looking at. We're ranked number 2. Inside track to the region championship in the first region game. So a lot riding on it, and they're very good. What's interesting, we were talking about, Jim was saying that Usmane Chroma did not run the ball a whole lot against Cockle. We'll talk about that in a little bit. They're leaning on their quarterback, Brian Weston. He's a big kid, 6'3", about 240, 245. He's committed to Georgia Southern to play tight end. And they've got another running back that they're sharing the load with. So some smart coaching there. Instead of just riding that one horse until there's nothing left in him,
it's saving him for y'all.
Saving him.
That could be.
And for region and state playoffs.
Could be. So anyway, good win, and now the region play begins.
Yep, it's going to be a fun one.
What day is the state championship on? I just want to clear my calendar so I know what day to be there to watch y'all play.
Here we go. Got it.
You'll be there. It don't matter what the day
Well, yeah,
is.
I just want to be sure I'm there.
To Michael's credit, you are a high school football fan. You
I
go,
am.
you're up on all that. So
I always like what I go up there and watch Thomasville and Central play.
Well, it's just very interesting. You look at the top 10 poll right now, and 4 of the 5 teams out of the region are in the top 10. 3 of them are in the top 5. So it's about as stacked as a region as you're going to find. So you got to take it seriously. You got to take care of your business. And I like the fact that we've got 2 weeks to plan for them. I will tell you this. Coach Rogers made a pretty good point last week. If you look at Bainbridge's history, they start slow. If you look at historically, they come kind of stumble out of the gate, but once they get their wheels under them now, they're pretty sporty, which will probably be next week.
Game in 2 weeks.
But a good point, though, and that they've struggled this far, and hopefully, again, the light bulb won't come on when they see you guys.
Yeah, it will.
If they go to the Waffle House, though, you never know. Just saying.
Going to have the
lightning rod will make the light bulb.
The the lightning rod could make that light bulb come on. You better be careful with that, Michael.
Well, I should be in my new press box or broadcasting from the stands, whichever way it comes out. I don't know. We'll find out. It's going to be one or two ways. And talking about rankings, believe it or not, I saw the rankings this week, and 3 Region 1 3A teams are in the top 10. Westover, Peach County, and Cairo.
Wow, okay,
Awesome.
there you go.
There we go.
Sporty.
South Georgia football.
And Thomasville ranked number
Thomasville.
2.
We got 3 in it. Fitzgerald, Thomasville, and Jeff Davis.
Yeah,
Look at us.
That's not bad. That is not bad.
All right, let's go to Colquitt County. They lost to Lee County, 47-35, and got just struggling right now, but trying to get their winning ways back. It's kind of weird. This kind of program has done so well lately, and has kind of won all these types of games. But now they have Rickards coming into the hog pen, so I think they'll get back to the winning ways. But you guys, you saw this game.
They'll be ready when region turns around.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like that region is, I don't know, maybe winnable for everybody.
It's up for grabs.
Yeah.
You would have thought Lowndes coming out the way they came out of the gates wouldn't be, but they went back to the silver helmet before the season started, and they're undefeated in it.
All right.
That could be it. And this particular game, 21 of their points for Lee County. 2 snaps go over the quarterbacks. And again, a freshman quarterback for Colquitt. 2 snaps go over his head inside the 10, and Lee jumps on both of those. And then Lee also had a pick 6. So you start adding all that up. Very hard to win against a good team with those types of mistakes.
Yeah, I'd like to know, I'm sure Wayne Grandy, the sports writer there, who has his own press box named after him, he has, I wonder what he would say about the freshman starter quarterback. I mean, when's the last time I haven't heard of Colquitt ever started?
I don't remember any of us hardly ever having a freshman quarterback.
We've had 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
In the last
we got one right
years.
now.
Last few years.
well, that's
alternate.
kind of
We had Chad Mascow,
Yeah.
Masco, and then Cam
Then
started
Cam.
as quarterback.
Well, those
it.
2 are special though. Now, I mean, that's really special. But again, that's the exception to the rule. I mean, for the most part, you just rarely
I
see.
don't know if Ray Goff started as a freshman back in his day or not.
That's a good point.
He was a good
You're
one.
going way back
That's
though.
way
now.
back,
yeah.
I mean, that's going way back.
All right. Also, let's go to Thomasville High School, coming off open, playing Bacon County. How do you think that open week went, and just prepping for Bacon County?
Got everybody healthy because we lost Leland Chapman to a concussion in the Cairo game. He's cleared to play. E.J. Bean got hurt in the Central game. He's back going. So Keith Parrish is 100%. So everybody got healthy, got some good work in, and we got the Red Raiders coming to town. They're 3-1, so their only loss was to Clinch County, and that's no little thing to lose to Clinch County. They've got their old coach back who won all their titles, so Clinch is looking good. But anyway, they run the spread like everybody else. They seem to want to run the option out of it.
Yeah, kind of like a Tennessee type offense.
Right, kind of like to run it a little bit more out of the spread, but. I think our speed, if we can hit them in the mouth and get it, our speed should take advantage of them. In the passing game, we should be able to make some big plays.
Yeah, and you guys have traditionally done pretty good coming out of the open. So
we get this game against 3-1, and then we go to a Jackets Nest to a team that's going to be undefeated. That's Jeff Davis the following week. So region schedule is getting off to a fast start.
Yep. Going to be fun.
How come Bacon County is not the BLTs? I mean, they could
Yeah,
have pulled the
that'd
syrup
be-
maker thing
They
off and been the
could.
BLTs,
That'd been
and
awesome.
everybody would be talking about them.
You just got to own who you are. Imagine the merchandise they would sell.
Seriously,
man, I
man.
would love one of those baseball
Didn't
hats.
their game end kind of weird this past
Yeah, they had a
week?
fight right
Had
at the end
called
of
it with like 5
Nobody
minutes
got
to go.
thrown out, but they had to call it with 5 minutes
Because it was
to go.
already, wasn't it delayed and it was late in the night, and they just said, we've had enough fun for one night.
The referees
Yeah.
had went past their curfew.
Trying to get a Waffle House.
Shut
clearly.
down.
That's
Yeah,
right.
did the
Trying to get
Waffle
that
House.
syrup on them waffles. All right, let's go to Pelham. They beat Seminole 9-6.
That's a big win.
Big win over
That's a
Seminole.
region game, I think,
Yep.
too.
And then Monroe is coming into town to play the Pelham High Hornets. Mitchell County lost to Clinch County, as Jim mentioned, 28-8. Although Mitchell County is having a good year, so hopefully they can get back on track against Randolph Clay. And region play starts that's going to be a region game for
That's
them.
a region game.
Also, Brookwood lost to Southland, and they've got Frederica. When you're young, you're just trying to find any way to grow, anything you can do, and
Trying to
remind
develop
yourself.
some confidence on
Yep.
it. I mean, it's
yeah.
just saying,
We need
that's
Randy
important.
to
Randy
help
can
him
help
with
him.
that.
Just saying.
So.
Hey, you gotta
But,
let us
Smirk
know.
all y'all want to. Okay.
Or laugh.
Or laugh.
All right. Well, let's go to College Edition. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, and we're going to talk a little college football. And I hope that none of you guys bet, because if you listened to me last week, I thought Georgia was going to kill Kentucky, and that was a close game, guys.
Nail-biter.
Like that. I almost feel like Stoops wanted to lose it by not going for that at the end. But I guess maybe, well, your thoughts on, are you worried that this game is so close, or it may be to your advantage of Kirby's going to have their ear now? So what do you think, Michael Best?
I'm worried about the number of missed tackles. I've never seen Georgia miss so many tackles like that. They usually do a good job of especially behind the line of scrimmage, especially when, for so long, I've watched, and you can, a quarterback that rolls out, all of a sudden somebody comes like they've been shot out of a cannon and late. I've seen it happen to Alabama. I've seen them do it, and we couldn't do that. We couldn't get there, and it was like we were playing in mud. And some of it, I think Kirby plays a lot of mind games with his players and fans and everybody. I'm not saying he tried to make it close, but I think they prepare at different levels for different teams. And he kept trying to tell everybody all week, hey, this is on the road, first SEC game on the road, it's going to be tough. And it was tough.
Yeah.
I had flashbacks to Jim Donnan and Ray Goff and begging to, just come on, and because I'm used to sitting back eating and enjoying the game. Now I can't do it. I got to watch and pay attention.
Somebody shared with me that in the last 5 years, Georgia on the road has only had 3 games where they scored less than 20 points, and all 3 of them were at Kentucky.
I saw that too.
And that's odd. To me, though, the biggest concern, Michael, was the offensive line. The first half was atrocious. It was as bad as I have ever seen Georgia's offensive line play. Now, I think defensively, about half of the players on the defensive line were hurt.
Yeah.
And they were bringing in guys that have not played very much at all. And I think that had an impact, although Kentucky never scored a touchdown. But the offensive play, at least on the offensive line, of course, everybody's hollering about Mike Bobo. It doesn't matter what play you run. If the line's not blocking, it's not going to work. And from the middle of the third quarter to the end of the fourth, it felt like the offense got a little bit more momentum, and the continuity on the line started showing up. But that first half was horrible. And
They're obviously missing Brock Bowers and
McConkey.
Well, and those guys are doing good in the NFL, by the way.
And
those weren't scrubs.
And then, ETN, we were excited about, but he ain't really impressed. And I don't know that we have another running back after that that's.
Well, Frazier, but he's a freshman.
Yeah,
and everybody else is all banged up.
We've had a lot of good playmakers, through the years. I just don't think they're there right now. But
And they could be. I do think you got Kentucky's best shot. I mean, they kind of had a good formula to me of like stop the run and put pressure on Beck. And I think that worked.
Well, and let's say this too now. Again, Kentucky's starting quarterback was the number 2 quarterback at Georgia last year. So he knows the team. And
I wouldn't doubt that he didn't spend a whole lot of time in the defensive room.
Well, and their starting linebacker, Jamon Dumas-Johnson, was a starter at Georgia last year too. So you're talking 2 guys that have a pretty good inside skinny as to what's going on at Georgia. And I'm sure that probably didn't hurt.
Yeah. I guess with Georgia, and if I stick longer with Georgia, I don't have to say much about Florida State, but with their
Good thing.
no reason at all in doing this, but with their maybe 25th driving issue. I think Josh Pate, who's a national, he has a national show about college football, and he just said he thought that Kirby and the staff was doing everything they could, but his point was players are kind of being selfish. Like at some point, you're putting the team at risk if you're driving recklessly at this point. Is this from an outsider's perspective, Jim, is this a culture problem? Again, not putting it on adults, but or putting it on the players here. Is this a culture problem for them?
Seems to be some kind of problem going on up there. It went from scooters to now Lamborghinis. I guess the money's gotten a little better in Georgia. But,
It's not a. I know
they're
kids are
still
dumb.
Kids are
They're
kids.
still kids.
And
you give them a lot of money, and
a fast car.
they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah,
So that could happen at any college. But
That's right.
It just Athens seems to be the hotbed right now.
That's kind of the only thing that's weird about it is pretty much every major school, they're going to have young guys with cars, and so I do think like it's something to watch. I don't think it's an issue right now, but you do have to watch. And I saw this with the 2014 FSU team where you just kind of kept on seeing off the field kind of little things, nothing major, just here and there, and it was like, these guys were not all bought in. Mm-hmm. Now I can't say that about Georgia, but I'm just saying I've got my antenna up. Is that fair, or am I just totally reading into that?
Yeah, definitely a problem. And Tim Bryant, who I follow on Facebook, and he's from Cairo. He's a news. He's on news radio in Athens, and always has a very interesting insight on stuff. And you follow, you know Tim.
Tim's a good guy.
And I listened to a thing this morning. He told me to listen back on. And one of the things he was saying is that the college football that people our age grew up on, it ain't there no more.
It's not there.
And what we have now is basically businessmen, mercenaries, paid mercenaries, businessmen. That the team concept.
Yes.
It's not what we think it is anymore.
Yep.
So when we wonder how could these guys do this and hurt the team, they're not thinking about
That's
the
not
team.
there. It's not
They're
the
individual
calculation.
businessmen who are there getting paid to do a job, and it's not like I'm here. I don't want to hurt or tarnish Georgia
or any other team, right?
They may not be in Georgia next year.
Yeah, that's true too.
And so and he said
the cause is not bigger than they are.
right.
Yeah.
And he said so now we're watching teams that we have the mindset of what we grew up with, watching a team thinking you're going to give to your team, sacrifice, and they're not as much. Not saying none of them.
Yeah.
But the fact that you had 2 people killed.
Yep.
Very close to your program, and you can't get them to
In
stop
the
it.
program. I mean, these guys knew.
Yeah, one of them was on the team. One of them was
support, but she's still
and
part of the
the
program.
fact that from what I understand, he's been bringing in state troopers. He's been bringing in wreck analysis people. They've showed them, I think, a lot of videos of horrible accidents and stuff, and you're still out there doing it.
Yep.
But I do think you're seeing that, and also you're seeing that to transition to FSU. I think you'll see good teams. I think FSU is ahead of the curve, where you see good teams, and the next year they drop way off. Maybe you're seeing it with Michigan as well, because again, it's a little bit more of a mercenary type thing.
Well, Michigan now lost about 19 or 20 seniors to graduation.
Yeah, but they've been recruiting well and just haven't quite.
I don't think it's a thing that they're making a conscious decision of I don't care about the team. I think they're young and I think they're invincible. And
that's it. They
like
know everything.
They got fast cars. They punch it, and they're not thinking at that moment. They're just going fast.
Yep.
But if you had a Fiero, you wouldn't have to worry about going fast.
There you go.
No, you don't. Trust me on that one.
I had a Pinto.
That's right.
It's going to blow up. Somebody hits it, but it ain't going to go fast.
Yeah, it's not going to go fast.
Well, and the thing is, too, let's say this. Video games and movies, the guys with the fast cars always get the girls, and they never get in wrecks and get killed.
Yeah.
And these guys, we talk about the video game influence on young people and the media influence. I'm not saying that's part of it, but in there somewhere, it's not clicking.
And without getting too far in the weeds, the things we're looking at now with school violence and kids are getting in trouble for making threats now. They're thinking it's funny and it's not a big deal.
A way to get out of school.
Because they're playing them games, and like you say, they're shooting, killing, blowing up, and guess what? You hit a button, it starts all over again. But in real life, it doesn't do that.
Yep.
All
That's
right.
very philosophical.
Does
I know.
FSU have a button to start all over again?
I know.
That's
There
what
we
y'all
go.
press
Do we have a
They need
reset button?
Yes, no, they do.
I think of course the main debate is going to be the quarterback, DJU, and I do think, to me, pay attention more to the offensive tackles. When we had again, I know you want to replace DJ, but I don't want to put in the next guy if the offensive line ain't fixed.
The
So that's what
problem to me, Alston, is there's no leadership. DJ looks like he's just kind of, here we go again, the hired hand going through the motions. I mean, it's just no big deal. Somebody with some fire has got to step into this thing from somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it's not on either side of the ball. There is no leadership right now on this team.
Yeah, and to be fair to FSU, they did do a good job on defense. So they were put in really bad situations. That Memphis team can score. They gave them 2 short fields, so they gave up like 2 field goals to that. So they really did. They fixed things on defense. Now, if they can just fix the offense, that would be great. But it's going to be. It's not just I get you on DJU, but I don't want to.
It's bigger than that.
The main thing is 2025. I don't really. If you can't fix the offensive line, don't break anybody today. This year. But
Boy, Georgia really broke y'all, didn't they? I feel bad now. I'm sorry.
I'm sure you feel.
No,
I can tell you feel bad. But
ESPN broke them.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think it was a couple of weeks before
Come in
that
and just play, and
when
when
you
you
get,
broke something and it can't be fixed, and
when you climb the
It's torn
mountain.
up.
And,
There's no button.
Yeah.
yeah.
When you climb the mountain, it's like winning the state title and then saying, never mind.
Yeah.
No, you got more games to play. But something that doesn't let us down is yes, no.
Here we go.
All right, so here we go. We got to get through these kind of fast. So all the teams I root for are FSU, rooting for FSU, and they lose. So if Austin roots for a team, they'll lose. He should try to make money off of this. Go Dogs. No, I'm just kidding.
Go Dogs. Georgia Dogs, not Thomasville.
That's right.
That was an ambiguous statement there by Alston that could be about a lot of different teams. Let's just say that for the Georgia fans.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to bet. You don't want to bet.
Okay.
Don't gamble.
No, I'm not
Kids,
saying gamble.
Don't gamble.
Say no to it.
I'm just saying rent my services. Like, you pay me to not root. You pay me to root for Florida.
I sense
That's what I'm
blackmail
saying.
here. Is
I
what
don't
I
think
sense.
there's any money.
Well, Florida doesn't
right
matter.
now.
You pay me to root for Alabama.
There you go.
Pay me to root
Okay,
for Alabama.
Yeah, there you go. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
There you go.
All right. Next one.
Oh, wait a minute. Jim's got to answer
you got to
that.
answer that one?
No.
Well, I need the money.
Get to the point.
And certainly don't
No.
root for Texas.
See?
Hook 'em
Told ya.
horns.
That's right. Hook 'em. All right. So some good news for Brookwood has been T.J. Thomas at Elon. He has more rushing yards than FSU, Randy. He's been playing really well.
Yes.
Yep. You say yes?
Yes.
Yep. He has 100 yards more rushing himself
Wow.
than FSU. It's over 100 yards, by the way. All right, Jim, Tennessee will struggle because Oklahoma has a pulse on offense. Tennessee looking good.
Oklahoma didn't look real good Saturday when I saw of them.
Yeah.
I think
Tulane's pretty good, though.
Yeah, but they're no Tennessee. I think Tennessee will handle them.
Tennessee rolls. All right, Randy.
Tennessee rolls.
Tennessee rolls.
Yes.
The false UT rolls.
Oh, goodness. All right, Randy.
Texas is the real UT.
Yeah, this that makes all the back and forth on that has been a lot of fun
Both
to
of them
hear
are
about.
orange and white, though. You
Yeah,
never
both
said
of them are
anything
orange,
about
and
that.
Burnt
because
orange, though. We're not that bright prison orange like Michael was.
all right, Randy, USC, Southern Cal has a chance. That defense gives them a chance to beat Michigan.
Yes.
Yep. What do you say,
Yes.
Michael? Say yes.
Yes.
Say yes. Michigan's going to start their running quarterback, a super athletic guy. So interesting to. I think that's going to be a fun game to watch. Although I've been down in Michigan a lot this year, they're going to be ready for that game. So Michael Best, last one. With Coach Stoops with Kentucky and his play calling at the end of the game. You ready for this one?
I'm
Okay,
ready.
here we go. UK coach, I can read, I promise. UK coach can't be a dog. He can't be a dog because he won't go while he's in his own territory.
Jim, what has just happened here? You drive all the way from K-Road.
I come from Cairo for this. I
Every
don't
time-
even know what to say.
Every time they start with an explanation, you've just better
Yeah.
hold on to what's going on. Yeah.
I don't even know What to say? No.
He won't.
Yes,
he won't go for it on his own territory.
Yes.
Okay.
He can't be a dog.
He can't be a dog.
Yeah.
He can't be a
He
dog.
can't be a dog.
No. Yes.
All right.
Nope, you can't be a dog.
All right.
Got to
well,
mark your territory.
With
there
that
you
note,
and on that note,
Okay, kids.
kids,
that's right.
we're sorry.
Hey, kids, just advice: if you're on your side of the field and it's 4th down, you go for it.
I
There you
want
go.
to invite my esteemed colleague. It is homecoming Friday night at Thomasville.
He said
And we
it's
got an
Steve.
open date.
I want you to sit on the other side.
Can I be the honorary captain? Hey, work that out.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I'm telling you.
Him and Mike Gammon's rolling.
I'm
out there
coming to
together.
watch
Be a
Central's
big
home
Mike.
too. I'm coming out there to watch this.
Don't worry, that ain't happening.
See y'all later.
Homecoming.